Good morning. It is 9 o'clock, and this is Daybreak Plus on WGRZ Plus. I'm Pete Gallivan, and our top story today, of course, we're talking about tariffs and their impact. We're about 30 minutes away from the opening bell on Wall Street, and investors are watching closely as the global trade war is underway. We do know that shares are tumbling in Europe and in Asia already, and as Dow futures are already starting the day down more than 1,000 points. S&P futures dropped 2.6%. NASDAQ futures dropped 3.2% yesterday as well. We'll see how things open in just about 30 minutes. The financial uncertainty is being sparked, of course, by the sweeping new tariffs from the Trump administration. Doing Your Side is taking a closer look at how this is impacting America as well as its trade partners. Now, all countries that import goods to the U.S. face 10% baseline tariffs. That is with the exception of Mexico and Canada. They were not on the list. Other major trading partners are dealing with even heavier taxes and imports. According to NBC News, China is now facing a combined tariff as high as 54%, 20% for the European Union, and 26% for India. There's also a 25% tariff on all cars and auto parts made outside of the U.S. that goes into effect today. There are fears this could result in skyrocketing car prices. However, we spoke with one local auto leader who says he's optimistic that this will not be the case.
Please understand that $40,000 car will not be $50,000 tomorrow. It will not, and it's a pledge I would make on behalf of my dealers to say, don't fear the reaper, okay? But will it go up maybe 1,000, maybe even 600 or 500?
That is Paul Stasiak, who represents auto dealers across Western New York. In the meantime, Congressman Tim Kennedy believes the tariffs will only hurt Western New Yorkers.
Auto manufacturing is vital to the Western New York community, and we need to protect auto manufacturing and good-paying jobs. Tariffs will create challenges for manufacturing in Western New York, giving the industry's tightly intertwined supply chains with Canada.
And we should also point out local leaders of the UAW have said that they believe the tariffs are a good thing. This is a story we will continue to follow throughout the day and the days ahead. For the latest updates when you're not on air, you can download our free WGRZ News app. Switching now to your forecast, we're going to take a live look outside. It is gloomy, but Patrick, at least it's not stormy as it was earlier this morning and yesterday.
It was stormy. Yesterday it was cold and stormy. Then this morning, some areas were stormy and really, really windy. Things have calmed down. We're going to be in the 60s today. Maybe still a sprinkle between now and lunch. Otherwise, decreasing clouds this afternoon. Tonight down to 39. Tomorrow, a little cooler but dry with a mix of sun and clouds. See, there's a couple sprinkles still to move through. Other than that, the main rain has departed. And yeah, some sprinkles. That's about it. So it'll be mild. Yesterday, we were in the 30s much of the day. Today, we're going to be in the low 60s. Future look scares up a couple of showers with some clearing later on. Overnight tonight, mostly cloudy. Notice the southern tier may see a little light rain. And then tomorrow, mainly dry across the area, but increasing clouds. And then watch what happens Friday night. Here comes the rain. Here comes the rain again. What was Eurythmics' main singer? What was her name?
Annie Lennox.
Annie Lennox. How did I not recall that immediately?
Because it's falling on your head like a melody.
There we go. Pete's on it with lyrics. Lyrics incorporated into WGRZ Plus, a constant feature. Anyway, there we go. Here comes the rain. Once again, Saturday night into Sunday. And then, to quote the album cover, a live album, the rain will exit stage left on Saturday and Sunday. My inner rush. Here goes another look at the weekend. Saturday, rain, in periods of rain. It may taper a little bit in the afternoon, and then another little surge comes up on Sunday, leading to a drier Sunday afternoon, and then colder numbers for next week, and perhaps a couple of snow showers on Tuesday. Mostly cloudy, some clearing, 62. For tonight, mostly cloudy, a westerly wind 15 to 20, 39. There's the long-range forecast with wet weather for the weekend and some snow showers, it appears, for Tuesday. I mean, it really has this look of being cold, windy, and the chance of some snow. And we're going to dive into that a little bit more, Pete, coming up in the next weather, the next weather spectacular, which will be in a few minutes. We'll talk about the rain to snow on Tuesday.
See, when you were quoting the album title, I thought you were going to go with "The Song Remains the Same."
Oh,
because
Houses of the Holy.
The rain keeps going, right?
Yes, that was one of my favorite Led Zeppelin albums.
It rightly so. Rightly so.
It's got the crunge. It's got The Song Remains the Same. It's got
All right.
all of them. Moving on.
Just a little spritz out there this morning in a nutshell.
Over the Hills and Far Away. Awesome song.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, we're going to move from music to football and Bills Mafia. You know, we love Haley Steinfeld. Haley Steinfeld loves us. So don't be upset by this story. Steinfeld and actor Michael B. Jordan, that's not Michael B. Jordan, by the way, that's Josh. They were featured on Hot Ones. Steinfeld was asked to give compliments to a team that's given us a bit of difficulty over the past few years.
You recently announced your engagement to Buffalo Bills quarterback Josh Allen. Anger the Bills Mafia by saying 3 nice things about their rivals, the Kansas City Chiefs.
Say 3 nice things about them?
Don't say it like it's easy. Like there's no question, no hesitation, like you'll do it without a problem. But yeah, 3
I
nice
can
things.
find nice things to say about anybody.
Yeah, three
Even if
nice
even if I don't like them. Even if we don't like them.
Even if we don't like them, I love it.
Yellow and red really complement them all pretty well. They are very loud. They're very loud.
That's nice.
Yeah, that's great.
Being loud is
You
nice.
want that from a fan base.
Oh, okay, got it. Okay.
And third, they're nope. They're they go hard for their team.
You gotta absolutely love her. Not only she can't find anything nice to say about the Chiefs, and she's on a Hot Ones eating wings.
So is that the same show that was made famous by the other guy?
Yeah.
Where you're eating hot wings and then having an interview at the same time?
Yeah, and increasing the heat level. And
But I loved her answers. And what was the last time she was asked a Bills Mafia thing? And she answered it perfectly. Do you remember that? It was a couple months ago where she addressed the Bills Mafia. She was asked, like, say 3 things about Bills Mafia. And I can't remember what it was, but she just...
But it was brilliant.
It was, she gets it.
You know, when we try to come up with something from our memories, our collective memories, it's like rubbing 2 wet sticks together trying to come up with a fire.
It used to be Total Recall.
Yeah.
Now it's total like, wait, what?
Yeah. Great movie, though. All right, turning now to the Buffalo Bills free agency moves. A Super Bowl championship is something Christian Benford really would love to bring to Buffalo, and he's hoping that his new contract extension will help him complete that mission. Benford signed a 4-year extension yesterday worth up to $76 million after incentives.
It started like right after the season. Talked to Bean, some of the other guys, just talking about wanting to continue on the relationship and the bond and to continue to be here. That's when it started. Now, of course, I'm all for it. Love the coaches here, love the staff here, everybody here from Marcus, all of them, the players too. So it was obviously something I was open to and would love to be a part of those continuously. So.
And also during that press conference, he talked about the reality of that contract and the impact it's going to have, not only on him, but his family and his legacies, life-changing dollars. And it's like, it's true. I mean, it's generational wealth all of a sudden dropped in his lap. And, you know, he is a key part, and he's worked his way into that key role with the Bills.
Yeah, sixth round pick. You know, sometimes those later picks aren't always, and he started like right away. And I mean, you could tell his talent was huge. And congratulations, like you said, generational wealth. And Now your family is protected, and because NFL stands for not for long. So if you're going to get in the NFL and you can get that second and third contract, that's awesome.
Yeah. Now win us a Super Bowl. All right, we have a heads up.
I thought you said when is the Super Bowl?
No, win us a
win
Super
us.
Bowl.
Yes.
All righty, we got a heads up for you. The Bills are getting ready to show off the progress that's being made on the new stadium. They're going to have a topping out ceremony tomorrow. Just last week, construction passed the halfway mark. And starting tomorrow on Daybreak, we will preview the topping out ceremony. And then at 9 o'clock on Daybreak-plus, we have special coverage, including live reports from inside the stadium and all the festivities and all the dignitaries that go along with that ceremony. Again, you can watch that right here on WGRZ+. Download it to your TV and watch it for free. Well, speaking of championships, the UB Bulls are championship bound, and that championship runs through Buffalo. More than 3,000 fans packed Alumni Arena last night to watch the Bulls take down Cleveland State, beating the Vikings 74-69 in the WNIT semifinal. Once again, Chalea Watson led the way with a game-high 21 points, and now the WNIT championship comes through Western New York.
What a game, what an atmosphere, what a game, what a tough team we have. Just super proud of them for just, we knew this wasn't going to be handed to us. Any team that's left playing right now is a really, really tough opponent. And we knew we were going to deal with the zone for 40 minutes. And I thought they just showed extreme poise and toughness and just problem solving on the fly, just figuring it out, finding a way. And just handling punches that they threw and then throwing their own punches back. So we've just been on a little magical run here for the last, 2.5 weeks or so, and just something about these guys not willing to give up, not willing to say die, and we live to see another day. So I'm excited. I get to hang on to these guys a little bit longer. They get to keep playing with each other, and there's something special that we've got going on. They've been happy, they've been joyful, they've been playing with a whole lot of heart, they've been playing together, and that's all you can ask. We're playing our best basketball in April right now, and have a chance to make some history here at the University of Buffalo.
Yeah, she just represents so well. I mean, I want to go out and play for her.
Yeah, no kidding.
She's just inspiration plus. So they will be taking on Troy at Alumni Arena. Tip-off is at 5 o'clock on Saturday. And by the way, the first game of the season that they won by, I think, 2 points was against Troy.
No way.
Yeah, so it'll be first and last game, hopefully both wins. Stay with us. We're going to be back after this quick break. All right, welcome back. We are celebrating culture coming to life in one West Side store in Buffalo. It is called Cuckoo U. It's on Niagara Street. And this morning, our Kevin O'Neill was giving us a closer look at their impressive collection.
Michael Marisola from Lafayette High School, a jazz musician, still a jazz musician.
Still playing.
And always a jazz enthusiast, too. So when he opened up an unusual store in 1986 with an eclectic mix of furnishings and artwork, he gave it an unusual name from a song, Cuckoo U, by Manhattan Transfer. And the name stuck.
The name stuck,
and
yes.
It's perfect.
I guess, yeah. They say I'm kind of kooky, so.
I guess, I won't say one of a kind, but
a lot of unusual.
Very unique items here.
Exactly, yeah. Some of it, there's multiples, but a lot of it you won't see again. It's,
I see.
That's it.
Art Deco, different cultures represented.
Exactly. Art Deco, mid-century modern. There's 20th century design. Everything.
Even Western New York history.
Oh, yeah. I have a lot of artwork by Western New York artists. And
like the Fantasy Island piece over there, and even Wurlitzer represented.
Exactly.
Oh, man. Where do you get your things from? I mean, at this point, you have your own brand.
Yeah, all over. I have a lot of what we call pickers, and I get lots of phone calls, and I'm always looking to buy. So if anybody
Go
out
ahead.
there,
Sure.
Anybody out there has
Okay,
any,
so if I go up in my mom's or my grandma's attic,
look around,
and I see an unusual artwork, I should call Michael.
Art, sculpture, antiques, jewelry, instruments, whatever you have.
You sell online, but it's a different website or
Different market.
Okay,
I sell
okay.
on a site called First Dibs.
Okay.
It's a decorator market, but all over the world, all over the country.
I thought if you do just Google the name Kookoo, COOCOOU, you're the only thing that pops up.
That's it. That's it.
Great. And again, Canadians come on over.
Canadians come over. Yeah, we're welcome. No tariffs here.
That's right. Good. Well, congratulations to everything. And I should explain where we are. This is the fourth location for you.
Fourth location. Yeah.
Now, how's the building going here in Niagara Street?
It's great. I mean, Niagara's really, look at it. It's really made a comeback. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's outside. You can't get the Buffalo's extreme west side. Any more west, I'd be on the river. Niagara and Auburn. We're a couple blocks away from Riches to give you some perspective. A couple other businesses in the building: Gold Lion Coffee House, Local Honey Beauty Hive. There's a vet clinic as well in the building. And again, Kookoo, one-of-a-kind place here on Buffalo's west side. On Niagara Street, I'm Kevin O'Neill, Channel 2 News.
Say hello.
Very cool. Not only collectibles, but bits of Buffalo history. The thing Kevin was talking about this morning, those aluminum cellos and the bass. Did you see those in the video? That was during World War II because they found on the ships that because of the seawater, the instruments would warp. So they contracted with a Buffalo aluminum company to produce these instruments. So they could have. I don't know why they needed cellos and basses on Navy ships in the war, but you know.
Lately, I've been scanning the channels and I've come across some show. I don't even know what network it's on. It's called Pawn Stars, where they go around these guys and they find these gems of stores like this to either purchase or sell things that they have. I mean, that's kind of how you create inventory, is through these kind of exchanges. This Pawn Star, it's one of these addictions. You can't stop watching it.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's like he goes to that kind of store, and that's where he gets a lot of his stuff.
Yeah,
He said Pickers.
Yeah, American Pickers is another one of those shows that is kind of addictive to watch. So, all right. Well, the next couple of days, you're going to want to stay inside and watch a little TV.
Yeah. No kidding. Rain is on the way for Saturday and possibly Sunday as well, followed by a little taste of wintry weather. Should I walk over?
Sure, why not?
Let's go over.
Forge your own path, Patrick.
Yes, exactly.
Go west, young man.
Choose the right fork in the road, Pete.
Yes, when you come to the fork in the road, take it.
This is called the wisdom part of the show, where we try to give you some knowledge to lead you through the course of life. Anyway, I took the right fork and I made it here. Good morning, everyone. Here's what we've got. The rain is coming to an end, even though there could be a few sprinkles. A wet weather weekend and snow on tap for possibly next week on Tuesday. There we go. We've got some sprinkles or a light rain shower still to move through. Otherwise, just a lot of clouds for a while, but we will see a decrease in clouds as we head into the afternoon. Future look shows that clearing taking place. And then we've got some clouds tonight, a mix of clouds and sun tomorrow. This is Friday. Then watch what happens when we get into Saturday. This is Friday night. Here comes Saturday morning. There's the rain, periods of rain, maybe a little bit of a lull here and there. But you get the idea. Into the weekend, it's going to be wet at times. And the next week, check this out. This is Monday. Dry weather, but we're watching an area of low pressure and cold air coming down that could bring us, there we go, some potential snow and some wind, it appears, maybe for Tuesday of next week, something we're certainly going to watch the chance for. 62, some late clearing, long-range forecast, periods of rain on Saturday, showers Sunday. Monday looks dry right now with 40s, and then we've got the 30s for temperatures on Tuesday. Numbers even falling from those levels on Tuesday, with some wind and some snow and maybe a few flurries into Wednesday, and then it should rebound nicely after that.
Boy, we had opening day last week. We haven't had any baseball weather since, right?
That's right. They got that homestand. How many? 2 games in?
I think it's 2 games.
Yeah.
All right. Well, speaking of baseball, earlier this week we told you about the new bats that the Yankees players and some of the other players around the league are using, called the torpedo bat. Well, now we're getting a look at how they're made. Here's NBC's John Chandler.
Making baseball bats is an evolving process. For us, we've always been innovating within bats. The fact that it got as big as it did is surprising.
What started in a garage 14 years ago exploded over this weekend for Jared Smith and Victus Sports. The Yankees crushed 13 home runs in 2 games, with some players using these torpedo-shaped bats.
They normally would be in this area. Now it's really shifted down to this area here.
Their unique design is now in demand.
Just looking at the different shape of the barrel, how it tapers off towards the end, so there's less mass towards the end.
It redistributes the wood to an area of the bat where teams learned more contact is made.
The teams help with that, actually. So the teams have so much data, and you see the MIT guys, they have like, they're smart about it.
That MIT guy who engineered this design for the Yankees, Aaron Lenhart, now with the Miami Marlins.
It's definitely been surreal for the last, couple days.
But some wonder, is this bat even legal?
Major League Baseball has made it clear that this is a legal bat. For us, that's well within the rules for these torpedo bats, and then we just design within those rules. I see it no different than really changing the taper of the bat. It's just we're now putting a taper at the end of the bat as well as down towards the handle.
There's a lot of people that see it as cheating.
Yeah, that's crazy. Honestly,
why is that?
I just think it's well within the rules of baseball. Bats have been reshaped over and over again over the years.
More demand has Victus employees working almost around the clock at their warehouse outside of Philadelphia.
Over half of our big leaguers have reached out about either just questions about it or really they want to try it.
And big leaguers aren't the only ones.
Thank you.
Though to be fair, curveballs torpedoed my big league dreams a long time ago.
Yeah, curveballs also torpedoed my high school career before I even got off the ground.
And by the way, that was John Chandler, not John Chancellor, the famous NBC reporter from 2 decades ago.
But what do you think about that? I mean,
I don't know.
Equipment is constantly being redesigned.
Yeah,
but
I just feel like if baseball stats are the way they are based on consistent equipment, consistent rules, now if all of a sudden one bat gives a batter maybe a little more power, what does that do towards home run records and on base stuff? I don't know.
It may all be psychological. I mean, we may look at the end of the season that it really didn't have much of an impact, but it all comes down to hand-eye coordination too.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how much wood you have in the middle of the bat. If you're not making good contact, it's not going.
What about this? Do you remember in tennis? The racket Jimmy Connors would play with was this small little thing, the wood racket. Then all of a sudden, you got these, it was called Prince. That was these rackets with huge surface area.
Right.
And you had to wonder, okay, did that change the game? There's less chances of a mishit, more opportunities to get a good, strike across the net? I don't know. It's a change of equipment, but did that change the game?
And you know what? That is That's a debate that can be taken to any sport and will never be solved.
Has hockey changed? Well, I know the helmets have changed, but what other?
From the old wooden sticks that they used up until about the mid-'90s to the new graphite sticks that are,
lighter.
space-age technology.
Got it. Okay.
And so, the technology has changed quite a bit.
Okay.
All right, and before we wrap things up, we want to say congratulations. Southern Junction owner Ryan Fernandez is once again a James Beard Award finalist. He's in the final 5 of the Best Chef New York State category. The other 4 are down in New York City area, by the way. He shared an uplifting message on Instagram. He says he's humbled to be nominated again, but the real honor for him is having a community that's supporting, cheers his team on, and fills their tables with laughter and good company. The James Beard Award winners will be announced on Monday, June 16th in Chicago. And he's runner-up for a John Beard Award, too.
Yes.
It goes to eating. All right.
And to accept that, you have to wear a blue blazer.
Indeed. Have a great day, everyone. That's it for Daybreak Plus.